For those of you who think you can't find heat at Goodwill, check this shit out, motherfucker. Not only can you find babe repellent like this, but you can also find video games. Now don't get me wrong, I mean most of what you'll find just ranges from this to that, but persistence pays off. And one day I found the Holy Grail. Ooh. Now let's get this out of the way. What does Nick know about Kingdom Hearts? 3 things. Jack, diddly, squat. He's in Smash Brothers. I knew 2 things about Kingdom Hearts. I knew that it had to do with some guy going to the fucking Disney worlds, alright? He's going to Disneyland. Woo, Orlando. What? It's like $1,000? God, what's up with that guy? And I also knew it was by Square, you know, Final Fantasy. And I've never been, I guess we'll just say, a big fucking loser. I've just been a bigger fucking loser. But just like most children, you grow up and you say, hey, why don't I try something new, right? Oh, I used to hate Brussels sprouts. I still kind of do. That's why I'm like 500 pounds. Why'd I never get into Kingdom Hearts? Why have you probably never gotten into Kingdom Hearts? Maybe you did. Sorry, I didn't mean to speak for you. I'm just gonna read the back of the box, okay? This is gonna name all the games included, right? So you got Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts 3. I mean, yeah, right? Kingdom Hearts Re-Chain of Memories. Kingdom Hearts 358 divided by 2 days. Kingdom Hearts back cover. It's just this? Yeah, where do you start with something like that? Now, don't get me wrong, Final Fantasy will have some really stupid fucking titles as well, but now that I have the Holy Grail of virginity, I can actually experience these games the way that they're intended. But first, I have to do my favorite thing, and that's consult Reddit to find out what order I have to play these fucking games, which you should already know your fucking franchise is doomed if I have to do that. When making this video, I didn't know what direction I wanted to go in. If you've seen a lot of my other content, a lot of what I do is not very serious. I'll say something kind of, you know, exaggerated, and the joke of it is people will take it seriously. So I get to say, haha, I gotcha, bitch. But with this, I think there's no other way I can describe my point than with a dead serious tone. This is the Kingdom Hearts dilemma. So I started off with the very first game, Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. And when playing it, you'll notice 2 things. There's a lot of, oh, I'm not sure what's going on, but okay. And then there's a lot of, oh yeah, I recognize that. And you'll soon realize that that feeling is just carried over for every single game. So the game starts and I'm on an island and there's children. I have no idea why these children are on the island, but you know what? Sure. Much like what happens next. Yeah, you just kind of take it at face value, right? I'm not sure what's going on, but sure, right? Then, oh! It's a lot of that. Like, here's some weirdo shenanigans. There's Mickey Mouse. So scratch that, Mickey's kind of not in this one until the very end. So we're just kind of stuck with Donald and Goofy. How are they for partner characters? They're fine. I think my biggest problem is they kind of all have the same personality. Like, other than the fact that Donald's the hothead and Goofy's more rational. But then you really stop and think, wait a minute, why is Goofy the more rational one? I thought he was kind of like... But how does the game play? Well, the very first time I tried playing it, I thought it was janky as all hell. It's kind of weird. There are just like little nuances that I just kind of don't get. Like, for example, why can I only store so many like potions at a time? If I have 10 potions, why can't I just use them when need be? Instead I can only use like 3. Some of the fights in this game I feel like are a lot harder than in other games. Maybe it's just because this was the first one I played, I'm not used to the controls, but I died a lot more in this game versus the other ones. But what do I take away from all of it? Not much. You see, the story that they're trying to tell is interesting because it's simple yet complex, and I can appreciate that, except for the fact that they don't get the complexity at all. So why are we going on this magical quest? Well, simple. Sora's looking for his friends. Why is Donald and Goofy there? Well, they're looking for Mickey. Okay, makes sense. And then you start to unpack everything about, like, the Heartless, and the Door to Darkness, and this, and that, and what is that? And what I'm getting at is, the first game is the basis. It sets up everything. It sets up all of these. And so if at any point you're lost in the first game, there's the fucking door to darkness. The door to darkness, more like me trying to understand the plot. I get the joke is that it's convoluted, it's complex, like there's nothing new, but I don't think people actually understand this is just Sora going to Disney Worlds. Okay, so like he goes to Alice in Wonderland and he does that movie, right? Okay, then he goes to Tarzan, he does that movie. And what's interesting is the movies just sort of like play out, right? Maybe it's like a little section of the movie, so that way in the second game they can do another section of the movie. Sure, whatever. But what's weird is it's very simple. Like, it's not like the worlds ever merge. Aladdin's only gonna be in the Aladdin world. So you're never gonna lose any bit of like, why the hell is Tarzan and Mulan fucking over there? Ew! But then you have characters like Pete and Maleficent and these fucking guys, I will get to them later, that can just travel to whatever world and interact with these people, and you have weird parts where Hercules is, you know, talking about how, oh, he's not strong anymore, and now all of a sudden here's the fucking organization to talk about the Heartless and Nobodies, and I'm like, I don't remember this in the movie. I'm jumping the gun. I finished the first game, and by finish, I mean I couldn't beat the fucking dragon, so I gave up, and I decided to play the next game in the series, which one was it? I'm pretty sure it was Chain of Memories, the card one. I didn't get far in that one. Obviously, you're gonna have spin-offs, especially when you have this many games, and like the 11th one is the third one. Goodness. But I didn't really vibe with the card one, right? Much like how the next one in the package was a fucking visual novel that I didn't realize was a visual novel until like a good like half hour. I'm like, wait, where's the game? So that's when I said, okay, Kingdom Hearts 2, that's what's next. I don't care what Reddit says, fuck everything else. We're playing the second one. How does the second one start? Hey everybody, I'm Ricky. I'm just like Niccy, except I'm not. But I also am, because I live inside of him. But not in a gay way. But I guess it could be in a gay way. I really enjoyed playing the second game. It was a lot of fun. But unfortunately, this is where it loses the plot. So the first game is very simple. Take everything out of the way, right? Whatever's going on here, I don't know. Whatever's going on there, I don't know. I didn't even see this movie, so I really had no idea what was happening. But you got the point that they're looking for their friends. It's a concept anyone can repeat. Just like the second game. He's still looking for his friends. Except it's not about that this time. This time, it's about them. And it's about them, and it's... what the fuck is going on? One thing you can do in the Kingdom Hearts series is skip cutscenes. Now, it's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because these are long fucking cutscenes, and sometimes they will bleed into each other. They will have a cutscene followed by another cutscene followed by, oh, that was a fun way to spend a half hour. And then at the same time, if you miss one of those, God forbid you sneeze, you lost, it's gone. You just missed out. Who's that guy? Quiz. Nope, wrong. Did you say you started with an X? Good thing they all do. Good thing they all start with a fucking X. That's gonna make it so easy to find out who they are. But then what's the actual game like? Well, it's fun. He goes to Mulan. He goes to Beauty and the Beast. Look, he's a cub. I like that. He's a cub. Chicago Cubs. Go Cubs. Woo! And that's when I'm enjoying Kingdom Hearts. I'm enjoying it when you have a ragtag team kind of helping the plot of a movie unfold, right? Because obviously, if you've seen these movies, you're like, oh, this is cool. I kind of have an idea of what's going to happen. And then you'll have a scene like, we'll just say Aladdin, where you already beat it, the first game. In the second game, you're like, what more is going to happen? Oh, it's kind of like its own plot. It's really fun, but it still feels like part of the Aladdin universe. Like, whatever we just did, that could literally be Aladdin 2. But all of that is just clouded with all this spunk. I'm not sure how to feel about when I go to these worlds and then I go back to them, because you go back to them a second time, and now I have to deal with the fucking Men in Black. I have to deal with these things. Do you know what a nobody is? Neither do I. At one point, I was fighting a bunch of Heartless, which are like the main bad guys. And then at one point, they said, good, we want Sora to defeat the Heartless, because the more Heartless he defeats, then the more nobodies, or maybe it was the nobodies. I don't fucking know! That's the problem! Now, this is going to lead to one of two things. It's going to lead to people saying, well, you're wrong, it's actually X, Y, and Z, or it's going to lead to people saying, oh, how could you have missed that? And the answer is simple, because it's told in a very poor way. If you know it, I guarantee it's not because you played it once and you were like, locked in. No, I'm sure you've gone on message boards and you did replays, all this other shit. And that's how you know everything. But for me, who just played the first game, a little bit of a card game, a visual novel, and now the second, I have no idea what's going on. I'm not dedicating my life to this. Much like I'm not dedicating my life to playing whatever the hell it is. He doesn't even go to the Disney Worlds in most of these other games. So I'm only dealing with this bullshit. Why would I want to play that? Hey gang, Niccy's back. I am sentient of Ricky, and he's gone, but he's not. I feel him. I feel his heart. God, this is so fucking stupid. So where do I go from here, right? So I really played through two games, the first one and the second one, and everything else in this package is just more of what I hate. What I enjoyed about this game is how simple it was, as far as you're gonna go to these Disney worlds that you know, and you're gonna kind of like play the plot through them. I enjoy that. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't even understand that. Who are you? So where do I go from here? Do I really next play a Fragment Passage, Birth by Sleep, and Dream Drop Distance HD? Sure, I guess, but I didn't want to. I skipped ahead. I decided to play Kingdom Hearts 3. And the very first thing that happens is two people I've never seen before are playing chess. Okay. How do we get here? What happens next? Okay, I've seen this before. It was in the second game. And they're going off somewhere and they don't know where they're going. Okay, so now they're literally just me mentally. Sora doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know where he's going. He doesn't have any of his abilities. It's kind of like he's literally me, where he just skipped all the other games. The other games still happen. He just skipped them, and now he's like, oh fuck, what do I do now? I kind of remember the first and second game. Hercules. And guess what? It's even worse than the second one. It's fun. I love going to these worlds. I did the Hercules world. That was a lot of fun. And then what happens after that? What is going on? Who are these characters? These characters now go by a different name. Okay, this is some of the worst dialogue I've ever heard. Oh, look at them. They're just chilling, I guess. And so now it's a game of, what is the plot of this story? If you said to someone, hey, play Kingdom Hearts 3, they would have no idea what the fuck was going on if they didn't read the entire fucking novel that is everything prior. I played 2 games and I barely know what's going on. That's why they show you this clip show at the start, to kind of be like, oh, you remember this? Remember that? Remember this? You better. You better. But let's circle back to the main point. And that's why I titled this the Kingdom Hearts Dilemma. Because it's one of two things. You have one. You either globalize it, you make it so that anyone can play it. We'll just say the 4th game, get rid of all the lore beforehand, start all over, and you make it accessible to everyone. By doing that, you ostracize the fan base. Obviously, it has a passionate fan base. Are they gonna want to play the next game if, say, Sora's not even in it? Obviously he is, but just say he's not. Say that Riku, Kairi, and All the X's, they're not there. They're gone. The whole idea of heartless and nobodies, I don't know, strip it away. Maybe bring it back, but just all the past, the lore, fuck off. Or two, go all in. Kingdom Hearts 4 is even more complicated, right? You're gonna keep scaring off people from playing these games, but hey, at least the hardcores are happy. So what do? Well, my friends, the answer is simple. Because at the end of the day, it's your own fault for getting that invested. I know, it's the evil answer, but like, let's actually put on our big boy pants here and think. First things first, who wins at the end of the day? Money. The game will obviously sell more if it's more general. I mean, like, yeah, the third one sold good, but I feel like a lot of people also didn't quite know what they were getting into. Maybe they heard the name Kingdom Hearts before. They knew that, Mickey Mouse and Disney, Pixar, is that Woody and Buzz? This looks like fun. What is Organization 13? Like, imagine if you're playing Breath of the Wild and you've never touched a Zelda game. And all of a sudden, all these people are going up to Link and they're saying, do you remember the Twilight War? Did you know of Skyloft's origin? Remember when Link donned the Minish cap and went to the Minish village? Remember all these? It's gonna be on the test. You better do. Obviously, it'll turn a lot of people away from the game. The simplicity of it is magical. You'll go to a location, like over here, and you'll say, oh, I recognize that. That's the Bridge of Eldin. They don't even need to have a sign that just says, oh, Eldin, right here, Twilight Princess. If you get it, you get it. If not, it's just another bridge. You cross it. That's the point of bridges. But with the Kingdom Hearts series, I think they wrote themselves this labyrinth. And instead of just saying, listen, fuck it, let's just go back to the main principle, which is Guy fucks around in the Disney worlds, they're really trying their best to make sense of it. And by trying to make sense of it, you're losing people. And yes, I understand there's a lot of instances where you want to make games specific for that audience and that fan base. However, it shouldn't be Kingdom Hearts. Why? Because it's the only game with these Disney franchises. People want to see the fucking Lion King. Where else are you gonna see him? He's over there, look at him. If this was Final Fantasy and they wanted to do this whole thing, like, sure, whatever, who fucking cares? But like, you're gonna show off Frozen. Imagine the next one, you're gonna show off Moana, Inside Out, right? Wish, maybe not that one, maybe not that one. Well, who's gonna wanna play that? Disney fans. And Disney fans, I don't think, are Kingdom Hearts Final Fantasy fans. Oh, goodness. But then you do that, and then the Kingdom Hearts fans are gonna revolt. They're gonna say, hey, what about the organization? If there's a single one of you out there that's like, you gotta include the organization in the next game, you gotta evaluate your priorities. Go take a bath. Don't take a bath. Stay stinky like me. Hey guys, Ricky, I'm back. I never left, but I kinda did. I still don't get it. You see, for a game called Kingdom Hearts, if you globalize it after everything you've created, you will lose the heart of it. I mean, the reason why these are popular aren't because Bimbo goes to the Disney World, it's because Sora does. Sora is a likable character. He's relatable. Sometimes it can be corny, I get it, but other times, when he goes to Hercules' world and he's actually like, hey, I really want to help you, we're gonna stop Hades. I feel that, because only him, with his heart and his passion, can have that sort of development. And then at the same time, he can learn and he can grow. And I get people love that Sora. But is there any more he can grow? I mean, the third game, he pretty much just lost his powers and his memory, and he's relearning it. If you do that again, then you're just kind of stagnant. I think Sora's character works for the first two games and maybe even more of the spin-offs. I wouldn't know, I didn't get that far. But to completely erase the lore, erase the world, it doesn't need to be like that. You can have the next Kingdom Hearts star a new person. It could even be, actually, maybe it shouldn't be another version of Sora. Let's stop doing that. But please, I beg you, I don't want any more of the organization. I don't want any more of nobodies. I want to see a new plot, new developments. I don't want to have to keep remembering or having to have replayed a bunch of older games to understand the new one. It should be accessible to everybody, but at the same time, long-time fans can return to it and still enjoy the story that's told without feeling like everything they've learned and known and loved is just out the window. That's personally how I feel. How do you feel, Niccy? That's fucking stupid. This franchise sucks.